Hello and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Kubra Ali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada.
No TTC service on large section of King Street after streetcar derailment. Wife of Toronto gunman says two victims allegedly defrauded family of life savings. Environment Canada says the extreme heat is continuing today in Ontario and Quebec. 6-year-old boy struck and killed by school bus in Vaughan. Highway 401 westbound express lanes to be shut down for hours near DVP following fiery crash. Extreme heat deaths higher among seniors and in the cities with more renters, study says. Aggravated assault investigation underway after fight in downtown Toronto.
These were the headlines and let's jump right into the details.
York Regional Police say a 6-year-old boy has died of his injuries after he was struck by a school bus in a residential neighborhood in Vaughan on Wednesday morning. The collision occurred in the area of Pierre Burton Boulevard and Kleinbrook Summit Way near Kipling Avenue on Kirby Road at around 8 a.m. The circumstances surrounding the incident are still under investigation, but police told reporters that the bus driver remained at the scene. They are being very cooperative and are being assessed by EMS for the horrible scenario that they have been involved in, Constable James Dixon told reporters on Wednesday morning. We are still looking into all the events that led to this terrible outcome. Dixon could not say how many children were on the bus at the time of the collision, but confirmed that the bus was in the area picking up kids to take to school. Dixon said he could not comment on whether speed may have contributed to the collision, but noted that investigators are looking at all possible factors. Dixon said he has not spoken to the family but described the situation as a tragedy that ruins everything for everyone. Officers are asking residents in the area to come forward if they have security or dash camera footage of the area at the time of the collision. A resident in the neighborhood who said he witnessed the incident told Awaz News that the boy was running to catch the bus when he was hit. He said there were several kids already on the bus at the time of the collision. They were screaming, he said. In a post on social media, Vaughan Mayor Stephen Del Duca extended his condolences to the family of the young boy who was killed. The city of Vaughan is in the mourning following the tragic death of a young boy who was struck by a vehicle in Kleinbrook, he wrote. There are no words that can adequately express our sympathy and condolences to the family, friends, and classmates of this child as they grieve this unthinkable loss. Central and southern Ontario and much of western Quebec are forecast to experience another day of sweltering weather. Environment Canada's heat warnings say daytime highs are expected to hit 30 to 35 degrees Celsius, with the humidex making it feel closer to 40. And while the daytime hours are expected to be steamy, there may be some relief during the overnights. The agency says the lows can vary between 18 to 23 Celsius. However, any benefit from the roughly 10-degree difference could very well be lost when factoring in humidex values of 26 to 30. Deteriorating air quality can also be a factor on these hot days, so don't forget to check in with loved ones to ensure they're cool and coping. The new report by Statistics Canada says deaths in the country's 12 highest population cities go up on days when there is extreme heat. The study says people aged 65 and older are the hardest hit. Cities with larger proportions of people renting their homes had high risks of death during extreme heat events. Seniors in both Montreal and Toronto have higher rates of deaths due to respiratory causes on extremely hot days. The study also found that the risk of heat-related deaths was higher in the cities where people aren't used to extreme heat, including Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. The report looked at daily mortality data for 2 decades between 2000 and 2020. The cities included in the study were Brampton, Ontario, Calgary, Edmonton, Hamilton, Mississauga, Ontario, Montreal, Ottawa, Quebec, Surrey, British Columbia, Toronto, Vancouver, and Winnipeg. This report by the Canadian Press was first published June 19, 2024. Canadian Press health coverage receives support through partnership with the Canadian Medical Association. CP is solely responsible for this content. The express lanes for busy Toronto highway will be closed for most of the morning following a fiery crash early Wednesday. The westbound express lanes of Highway 401 are currently closed from west of the Don Valley Parkway Highway 404 interchange over the Leslie Street. The closure expected to remain in place until noon for the cleanup. The HOV tunnel from southbound Highway 404 to westbound Highway 401 is also closed. The collision happened around 5:10 a.m. Ontario Provincial Police said a tractor-trailer collided with the highway barrier. Images from the scene showed intense flames and heavy smoke coming from the wreckage of the vehicle. The driver was taken to the hospital to be treated for minor injuries, police said. OPP are investigating the crash. Meanwhile, the lane closures are causing some problems for the drivers. The cleanup is underway. It's only just begun though. There was damage to the pavement as well. The traffic specialist Liza Morel said, "We are hearing lane restrictions will extend into the afternoon, so plan accordingly." With city streets getting busier, she suggested using Highway 47 as an alternative if it's an option. The wife of a gunman in a fatal Toronto shooting says he believed the two victims were behind an alleged mortgage investment scheme that defrauded their family. In a statement released by her lawyers, Alisa Pogorilovsky says her husband, Alan Katz, who also died in the shooting, could not handle losing our life savings, and that is what led to this tragic event. Police have identified the victims of Monday's shooting as 54-year-old Arash Masagi and 44-year-old Samira Yusufi, but have not released the name of the 46-year-old shooter. Court records detail how Pogorilovsky and her husband sued the two people killed in the shooting and others after losing $1.28 million in alleged syndicated mortgage fraud. Misagi, one of the two victims, faced charges in 2018 for his alleged role in a complex mortgage fraud scheme valued at $17 million, an investigation police dubbed as Project Bardil Path. Pogorilovsky's statement says she found a note after the shooting written by her husband that explains what he was thinking and why he acted as he did. The TTC says there is no service on a large stretch of King Street heading into the Wednesday afternoon rush hour after a streetcar delayed. It happened at the intersection of King and Church Streets. The TTC tells Awaz News that the streetcar was moving slowly through the intersection at the time of the derailment. No injuries have been reported and the streetcar was not damaged, the TTC said. As a result, there is currently no streetcar service between Charles Street in the west near Spadina Avenue and Sumac Street in the east near the Don Valley Parkway. After the streetcar is placed back on the tracks, it will be coupled to another streetcar and moved out of the intersection, the TTC said. Shuttle buses are running in the area. This is the second time this month that a streetcar has derailed on King Street. On June 1st, a streetcar was involved in a collision with another vehicle and came off the tracks near Frederick and King Streets just east of Wednesday scene. In that incident, 3 people were taken to hospital with injuries including 2 passengers. Toronto police have launched an aggravated assault investigation and released an image of a suspect allegedly involved in a fight that sent 2 people to hospital earlier this month. Police said the fight broke out between 2 groups in the area of King Street West and Spadina Avenue in the city's fashion district at approximately 2:40 a.m. on Sunday, June 9th. An argument had occurred between the 2 victims and the suspect before things turned physical, police said. The victims were both left with serious but non-life-threatening injuries and transported to hospital. The suspect fled the scene in a vehicle, police said. On Wednesday, investigators released an image of the suspect who is described as male between age 20 and 30 years old with a medium build. Police are asking anyone who may have witnessed the fight to contact police at 416-808-1400 or Crime Stoppers anonymously.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.